而家轉入直路嘅時候啦，百姓咧又有另間仲話指呢有條啦，而家分層咧就上到第二位，跟住有雲中龍開上啦，然後就有隻聖子啦，埋嚟都有明明波啊，跟住有呢個成片仲有位出嘅，去到最後300米嘅時候，見到百姓咧點點點一分考試呢個，跟住咧就有個波呢個雲中龍啊，然後中國亦都有波威同埋有明明波咁樣嘅，去到最後100米嘅時候，見到呢個馬明華中意嘅分層啊，明明波啊，波威啊，然後就係百姓咧接住中意嘅啦，4個一齊中意嘅，起咗個波威啊，然後明明波啊，正威啊，分層嘅啦，哇，鬥得好激烈啊！兩個波贏。
So that moment was when I first fell in love with horse racing. The moment when I first tasted the thrill of winning, and holding that cup in my hands made me feel like I was on top of the world. By being an owner myself, in my own right, I've tried to recapture that winning moment, the feeling, and the enthralling feeling of winning. And I've had many, many wonderful moments along the journey. In my opinion, no other sport can offer the same level of thrill and excitement as being a winning owner of a racehorse. What's more, owning a racehorse can offer you a very attractive financial return. As when your horse wins on the racetrack, its valuation can jump many times. At the right time, you can sell your horse at a much higher valuation and sell it to have a very lucrative breeding career. To give you an idea of the type of returns that we're talking about, I'll introduce you to this horse for Vancouver. This horse was bought for just under 200,000 Australian dollars. He won 4 of his 5 race starts, including the Golden Slipper, which is the most important race in the Australian racing calendar. After winning that race, it was sold to a stud for a reported 40 million Australian dollars. That's right, 40 million Australian dollars. So within a very short space of 6 months, this horse's valuation had jumped and exploded 200 times. So you might ask, so why doesn't everyone who's got interest in horse racing always be an owner? The answer is simple. It's very expensive. It's not easy to be an owner. And that's why we're here today. We want to revolutionize the sport like never before. Let me introduce you to T-Rex, the Thoroughbred Racing Exchange. We aim to be the first distributed racehorse ownership trading platform in the world. Our vision is to leverage the power of blockchain to harness the capital and growth of the global horse racing industry. You might ask, how big is this market? The one-word answer is enormous. But to give you some figures, 170,000 thoroughbred races are held annually over 47 countries, employing 1.6 million people for a turnover over $300 billion, making a big economic impact to the world. According to the International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities, both annual betting turnover and prize money has been steadily increasing over the past decade, and that trend is still rising. To give you a sense of how popular this sport really is, the Melbourne Cup that was held at the beginning of the month attracted over 750 million viewers globally, tuning in to watch a race either on the TVs or on their cell phones. Over 1.1 million Twitter impressions were made regarding this race, the race that stopped the nation. As racing fans were eager to express their opinions immediately after the race on social media. And that is the piece of the pie we want to capture. But it's not going to be easy without the right technology. And I'll tell you why. because this industry is inefficient, it's opaque, and it's fragmented. For owners, not only is high cost of entry, there's also a lack of information and data to help them make the right choice purchasing the horse. And that makes it really highly risky business. There's no centralized marketplace for buyers and sellers to transact in the secondary market. And there's also a lack of trust. So what is our solution? It's quite simple, really. We want to tokenize the assets, which is the horse. We're going to fractionize the asset into 10,000 little pieces or shares, which we call digital ownership certificates, DOC for short. Having fractionalized the horse into little pieces, it makes it a lot more affordable for the public to purchase ownership. Each DOC is basically a smart contract for each individual horse. And our token holders can buy anything up to 100%. So the best way to explain what I'm trying to achieve here is to use an analogy. Let's think of the stock market. But instead of having companies, we have horses listed on our platform. Instead of having company shares trading, we have DOCs. That way, it's quite easy to visualize what we're trying to achieve. A DOC basically comprises of the market value of the horse, the upkeep value that's remaining, and also the prize money that's accumulated by the racehorse. This is a mock-up example of our user interface and how it might look like. The T-Rex platform will become a 24/7 digital marketplace that matches both buyers and sellers. Using blockchain, we build trust by maintaining an immutable thoroughbred database which keeps all the important information that's related to the horse. This is an extremely important feature I would like to elaborate. Buyers will naturally ask the question. They will be skeptical. Why is the seller selling the horse? Is there something wrong with the horse? We remove this barrier by keeping all the vet reports, trainer updates, communications from the stables on the blockchain and make it accessible to the buyer. So the buyer will have exactly the same information as the seller. So there's no question of trust. As well as providing the most up-to-date information about the horses, our media hub will also connect owners and provide discussion forums for them to communicate directly with fellow racehorse owners, sharing information and the latest developments to form a powerful social network and sharing economy, fostering an even stronger community. There will be a T-Rex racing club to promote the stars of the show. The horses owned on the platform will help us build a global brand identity. Like Ferrari in motor racing and Manchester United in football, T-Rex will be the team for fans to support in the horse racing world. Further revenue will be generated through the sale of merchandise and tickets to events we organize exclusively for the T-Rex token holders. So in a nutshell, T-Rex is an interactive online to offline trading platform. We act as a neutral party to cut out the middleman and cumbersome paperwork to save time, reducing transaction costs, and maintaining the integrity of every single transaction. By managing fractional ownership of up to 10,000 shares in each horse, we have increased liquidity to maximum. We can offer greater transparency, security, and accuracy at the same time. We have designed the T-Rex ecosystem by aligning the interests of all players in this process, primarily driven by the person's inherent desire to win. But we still need to enable transactions, and that's where the T-Rex token comes in. Another powerful element of this entire ecosystem is that the platform will leverage existing worldwide sports media coverage. When our horses win on the racetrack, we will get basically free marketing tool, advertising for us, attracting more T-Rex holders, for us to have more revenue to buy horses, making more wins on the racetrack, and the cycle goes on. It's important to focus on the user experience as well. For DOC holders, DOC holders will receive encrypted QR codes to prove ownership. There will be a democratic sharing economy where owners can vote for the names of the horses and making influential decisions. They can meet their race horses in their stables and receive live streaming race videos whenever they have a horse race. They can even go to the race track to see the horse race and get VIP access to the areas, the membership areas. This is our roadmap. 72 months from completion of ITO, we expect to build a portfolio of 2,000 horses. At maturity, our total value of the platform should exceed $1 billion. We will expand coverage of our website and mobile app and increase in functionality.
Thanks, T-Rex Group. If anyone's interested in this horse racing related project, please reach out to me. Now we have, last but not least, TrueStack, decentralizing.
There's nobody here, dude. You want me to still present? Should I present?